Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Katie Snow and we are making a fun recipe today. We are going to be making turmeric zucchini hummus. So for you hummus fans out there, you are really in for a treat today to learn how to make a healthy alternative that does not include garbanzo beans, which are so yummy, but this is just as yummy. You're gonna love this recipe. And then we have the added benefit of putting turmeric in it. It's a very complimentary spice to this recipe. So again, you hummus lovers, you're in for a treat today to learn how to make this recipe. I do want to quickly say before we get started the benefits of turmeric. By adding the turmeric to this recipe, we are really ramping up the anti-inflammatory benefits of all the vegetables that we're going to be using today. We have some really good quality ingredients. Turmeric just is at the top of the list for the health benefits. So it's great for your cardiovascular system. It's great for your digestive system. It really helps people that have any digestive issues just to mend some of those areas that if you've been dealing with inflammation for a while. The turmeric really gets in to the gut and can actually support healing some of those areas that maybe you've had problems with. So we love turmeric, and we'll go over each of the ingredients. I want you guys to be able to make this and know where to find the ingredients. And as always, I always want to add my disclaimer how important it is to choose quality ingredients. We are as healthy as the ingredients that we work with, the nutrition of the animals that we cook with, the vegetables that we cook with, what went into the nutrition and making those by adding quality nutrition fertilizers grown organically. That is going to make that plant or animal that much more nutritious for us, and in turn make our bodies healthier. So I want to start with all of the things that I selected today are organic except for my garlic, but it's a peeled garlic, so I'm going for speed today and showing you how easy this recipe is. So we're going to use our food processor, so you'll have, that's the only thing you need besides a knife. Go ahead and have it plugged in, ready to go with the blade in. And you need about 2 medium-sized zucchini. So I'm just going to knock the tops off real easy, and then I'm just going to chop it into little pieces just so it's easier to start the blend. I already washed them, so they're nice and clean, but they are organic. So they have a little, organic vegetables always have a little ugly spot on them, but it's okay. I know it's healthy for my body. So I got 2 zucchinis in there. And the next ingredient, we're going to use organic lemons. We need 2/3 of a cup of lemon juice. So I use my little lemon squeezer in the kitchen almost every day. I make a bunch of concoctions with lemon, and so I always have my lemon juicer out. So we're going to use the juice of 2 lemons, which is about the half of a cup that we're going to use. And then I'm going to talk about 2 optional items that you can leave out if you don't like the flavor. But cilantro is one of my favorite flavors, and so this totally is an option. You don't have to put it in. I know some people don't like the flavor of cilantro. It's definitely an acquired taste if you've just tried it for the first time. So but this is the cilantro. So it has a lot of times it's used in Mexican dishes, but it has a really nice flavor. But I'm going to throw it in mine just so you can see the pretty green color that it makes. Cilantro is actually used for heavy metal detoxification. So anytime that I can get cilantro in a recipe, I'm going to go for it. But again, this is optional. This is not part of the recipe. So I'll just kind of break it up. And then I'm going to add my lemon juice. And then the next ingredient is olive oil. So this is, you can get this online. It's from freshpressedoliveoilclub.com. It's so important to get a good quality olive oil. There's so many olive oils that you'll find at the grocery store that are rancid. So they've went through a heavy processing, and they'll actually be rancid during the processing because of the way that they were processed. And then they actually deodorize them so that when you get them and you open them up, that you don't smell the rancid part of the oil, but so many olive oils that you get in the grocery store are like that. One option is California Olive Ranch. So that is one that I have purchased before in the grocery store, and I've done a lot of research on oils. And so just to make sure you're getting a good quality oil, because again, we don't want to be using rancid oils in our recipes because that's very problematic for our systems. So we are going to use 1/4 cup of the olive oil. And this, I think, gives hummus its really good flavor, the olive oil. So put that in there. And then the next ingredient is tahini. So tahini is actually ground roasted sesame seeds. And so again, I found that organic. This one's pourable. Sometimes it's a little thicker, and so you need to use like a spatula to get it out of the container. But this one is actually thinner. It's been thinned with the olive oil in the container, and so it's pretty much pourable. So this is 3/4 cup of this. So we'll just use the same measuring cup. And again, that's a really good flavor. It's roasted ground sesame seeds. That's what tahini is. Then the next ingredient is actual sesame seeds, but not roasted. These are just fresh organic sesame seeds. 3/4 cup on those. Just pour them in. And then the next ingredient is garlic. I love garlic, so I kind of go overboard sometimes with my garlic. So it calls for 6 cloves, but I do more like 8 or 10 cloves. So I'm just gonna put a handful, but it calls for 6, but I'm putting about 10 cloves in my hummus. And then another option, so far the options were the cilantro, everything else is part of the recipe. Another option is jalapeno. I like a little heat with my hummus, but again, if you're serving this for family members and you don't want to have that much heat, but I cut 1/4 sliver of a jalapeno, and I'm going to put that in there as well. And then for the seasoning, so we're going to use cayenne. The recipe calls for 1/4 teaspoon of the cayenne. So this is a Simply Organic brand, and it's 1/4 teaspoon. Eyeball that. Okay. Next is cumin. So cumin has that good Mexican flavor to it, even though this is considered a Mediterranean recipe, but the cumin is also used in their spices. That's 1 teaspoon, so 1 teaspoon of cumin. And then I love my pink sea salt. I use this in pretty much everything that I cook. It gets this added to it, but this is 1 teaspoon on this. And it's to taste, so any of these seasonings, if you want to adjust them, you know, you can give or take a little bit on the amounts with these seasonings. And then paprika, the recipe calls for regular paprika. This is my favorite paprika. It's a smoked paprika. So this right here is also 1 teaspoon. And I found this some time ago, the smoked paprika, and it just has so much of a better flavor to it. But it's 1 teaspoon on that. And then the last ingredient, which we talked about, was the turmeric we're adding to this recipe. So this is a powdered turmeric. It has ginger as well, and it's fermented. So it's not only fermented, but it's organic fermented. So again, the benefits of having something like this in your diet every day, so that's why I'm putting it on all these recipes, is I'm trying to get more turmeric into my diet, and this is an easy way to do that. The benefits of it being fermented, or it's easier to be absorbed or assimilated in the body in the digestion process, has less sugar in it. So in the fermentation process, sugar is removed to give the enzymes and the acids and the probiotics. And so this product right here is wonderful to add to many recipes, giving those qualities and also giving that anti-inflammatory that we talked about. So we are going to put, there's a scooper in here that's about a teaspoon. And so I'm gonna do it level, but that's what I'm gonna add to this recipe. So that is everything that goes, and it's so easy. All you do is put all the ingredients in the food processor and turn it on. You'll have to stop it just a few times to push the ingredients down on the side. Just have a spatula ready to do that, but again, all you're doing is turn it on and blending it. So that's it. Pretty easy. Oh, it smells delicious. And then I want to show you what to pair it with when serving it. So again, we all get in trouble when we eat hummus at a Mediterranean restaurant, because what do we eat it with? Unless they have vegetables at the restaurant, we eat it with pita bread. So I'm showing you some options right here that you can eat it with. So we have cucumber slices and carrot slices. It's a beautiful color, delicious. And your family is going to enjoy this. So this is our turmeric zucchini hummus paired with carrot slices and cucumber slices. We hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoy making this for your family. And we'll see you next time. I'm Dr. Katie Snow, helping you to transform your health naturally.